Hello everyone. Look what I have today. If you are a regular viewer of this channel, you already know. But if you're new here, I'll tell you. This is a 6 pieces for $7 thrift mystery bundle. There are some local Goodwills that put these together. They are often a very mixed bag of outdated Goodwill rejects and some potentially actually decent items. And today we're going to unbox this, or unbag it, I guess, and then try to style these pieces to be cute for our current moment, transitioning into early fall 2025. I absolutely love making these videos. You all seem to love watching them. So I hope it's just a fun, entertaining, creative challenge, and it can give you some inspiration to get creative with your old, outdated clothes and re-inspire you to style them in new ways, maybe before sending them off to the thrift store. Okay, I can't wait any longer. Let's open it. Okay, first piece. What could it be? Okay, what are you? A tank top with an interesting pattern. Oh, I see. Okay, flowy little tank top. It's got buttons all the way up the front, and then it's got a little tie at the top. I actually think the silhouette of this is pretty fun, although we'll have to see how it looks on. It's originally from Gap. The pattern, not my favorite. And the material is that, you know, very synthetic feeling polyester. Not something I would buy or wear or pick out of my own accord, but I think it will be interesting to style. I appreciate that it has a pattern and it has a fun silhouette. And also I like that we can play with the buttons in styling. There are possibilities here, even though this isn't really my style. Okay, next one. Okay, I really don't mind this. Again, probably not something I would pick out myself. It's quite sporty, but like, it doesn't look super necessarily dated to me. It's just sort of not really my style. I like the color though, blue. I like the feel of the fabric. It feels really nice and soft. And it's really just a plain tank top, but then it has this netted cutout triangle in the back. And then also this little cutout triangle. This does feel dated to me. I feel like, why did everything in 2014 have this? I don't know. This is new with tags still though, from something called Mipo? Interesting. Also, all of these tops are tank tops, as you can see, because that was the only option available in my size on the day I went. That limits our fall styling a little bit, but also not really, because we can just layer it and make an even more cool layered outfit. So I think we'll still make it work. Okay, next item. Oh, interesting pattern. Okay, this is maybe kind of fun. I don't really wear yellow like this, but I do like this pattern. I feel like I would wear this as like a skirt or something typically. You know, a big sort of vintagey looking floral. And then it's got this like high up, I don't know if this would be called a halter neck when it's also connected in the back, but you know, one of these high necklines, which I think looks kind of cool. The brand is Rachel Roy. Oh, it also has a little cutout right here. And what is this made of? It kind of feels like it could be cotton. It's 100% rayon. Okay, not bad. And you know, this pattern actually feels quite autumnal also because of the colors. So I feel like we could make this cute for fall. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet, but like, I'm excited to try and make it work. That's how I feel about all of them. Okay, next one. What are you? Just a plain white tank top? Oh my gosh, this is a great option. Wow, this isn't bad at all. This is honestly like pretty contemporarily trendy. Just a little frilly white sort of tank top, but the ruffles sort of give the illusion of like a slight little cap sleeve. And then we've got this little like lacy paneling here. Fabric feels pretty decent. What are you? 100% rayon, ruffles 100% cotton. Okay, yeah, this feels totally stylable to me. I guess we'll have to see how it fits. That can really change things. All of these pieces, I could have totally different opinions after I try them on, but so far looks pretty good, pretty cute. Okay, next item. This pattern is fun. Oh, do I like this? I don't like the feel of the fabric, but do I like the look? Oh, kind of. Yeah. Okay, we've got like a draped cowl neck. I like these. We've got sort of ruching and gathering on the side. I think this will look nice on if it fits properly. Anytime there's a blue pattern, I'm like, ooh, I love it. And I love paisley. This is, again, quite close to my style. Mainly the feel of the fabric, which is definitely polyester, is the drawback for me. Let's confirm. 95% polyester, 5% spandex. Yep. This cowl neck is also sort of poorly constructed because it's just like loosely serger stitched on the end. So you'd have to really like tuck that in, make sure it stays hidden and doesn't flap out, you know? So that's a flaw. Overall though, I think this feels quite stylable. I'm interested to see what I could do with it. Okay, we have one more top left. Feels bad, unfortunately. I'll say that right now. Definitely polyester. Oh, Okay, I don't mind this pattern. This is really not my style at all. I don't really wear pink. I don't wear tops that have this sort of like ruffly v-neck thing. I guess that does also feel a little dated. I think that was very popular for a time there. But even at that time, I never really wore it. This just feels very soft and feminine, which isn't really me. And it also does feel, you know, a bit 2010s-y. But I feel like I could make it work in more of a contemporary, even sort of a boho-y way. Oh my god, it says it's 100% silk?
Definitely polyester.
How can that be? This does not feel like silk at all. This feels like a very lightweight, flowy, sheer synthetic fabric. Does that happen if you like wash it improperly? Can anyone tell me? It does say dry clean only, and this person probably didn't dry clean it. I don't know, tell me if you know anything about that. But this will definitely be an interesting challenge. All right, well, here they are. I don't know which one to start with. I guess I'll decide, and you'll find out when I come back with the first outfit. Okay, I decided to start with the top that felt the most aligned with my style. And honestly, I put this on with the pants and the necklaces I was already wearing, and I was like, this is perfect. This is an outfit. I love blue and green together. I love how the layered necklaces make this look a little more updated and also fit so well in the cowl neckline. I was debating if I wanted to like tuck it in or leave it out, and I think I like it just sort of scrunched up on one side. I think this is cool. I feel like this top is giving a little bit of a late 90s, early 2000s vibe, and so I decided to lean into that with these very chunky black sandals. And then I also think I would just add my black shoulder bag. Slay. This is an outfit to me on its own. Like, this looks good. I think it's done. However, is it fall? Not exactly. I mean, we're wearing pants, but we're also wearing a tank top. I do think this style of top just looks best without anything layered. The like slouchy shape really works best while standing alone. However, if I were gonna try to fallify this, let's say it's getting chilly, I think the best layer I have available to me right now is just this white button-up. I am in the process of moving right now, so a lot of my clothes are out and available, but a lot of them are also still packed up in boxes. So that's sort of an added challenge for this video. I feel like maybe if I had my entire wardrobe, I would pick something different. But maybe I would end up still picking this because I think it works quite well. All right, here we have it. Honestly, very simple to just go cargo pants, plain white button up, add some stylish accessories and like the jewelry and the shoes and the bag to punch it up a little. And there you go. Really easy way to style, honestly, many different outdated shirts, I think. A lot of stuff would work with this outfit formula. And yeah, I would totally wear this, although I do think it looks better without the button up. All right, for outfit number 2, I decided to style another one of the easier seeming tops to me. Just this plain blue tank top. It's got the little mesh on the back and this little cutout. But honestly, I feel like this is pretty easy to style and update with just maybe some slightly more updated jeans. My little wide leg black cropped ones. These are my favorites. And I did dig my loafers out of my moving storage to use in this video because I just love loafers for fall. The chunky ones just always bring a bit of edge and coolness to any outfit to me. So here's our base. I don't love the length of this shirt. Like, I think it's fine, but I think I would probably tuck it in. I prefer my shirts to fall a little higher. And then on top, to fallify it, we are kind of going to do the same thing we did with the last outfit. Just some pants and then an open button up. Listen, my style is consistent. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. This time, though, we are bringing in some pattern with the button-up because we have a solid top. And I love how this very warm yellowish-green chartreuse looks with this sort of tealish blue. This is a good combo to me. I'm not, like, actively trying to hide the mesh back or the tank top. I'm just like, this is what I would wear for fall, you know? So bear with me. I just think this is what would work. Then we need a bag. This one has a little more structure to it. Honestly, I think this is totally wearable as is. I feel like if you have a tank top that feels a little old and dated to you, maybe just try like layering it with a button down and your favorite current pants. You might have a great outfit. If we want to accessorize more though, I was thinking, okay, I have two options. I feel like the chain belt and the baseball cap don't really make sense together. But if we want to go more casual, sporty, baseball cap. If we want to go subtler, because it's just a belt, but also like a little more fashion, I feel like this belt would work. Maybe we should try both. Baseball cap option. Belt option. I feel like the belt is more my style, but I also feel like it looks weirder with this outfit. I don't know, maybe because it's mostly covered, so there's just like one circle in the middle. Okay, I added my little colorful necklace that makes every outfit better, and I do think, weirdly, the belt works better now that there's also a necklace. It's like, instead of drawing the eye just here, there's sort of movement of the eye up and down the outfit because we have this focal point. Does that make sense? There you have it. This feels incredibly wearable to me. I already have plain blue tank tops and I will probably wear them in basically this outfit because I think this works great. Honestly, the shirt is really comfortable though. I'm like, should I keep another plain blue tank top? That might be excessive. Maybe just as pajamas though. Oh, and if we want to avoid hiding the tank top, I also think this works quite well. Great layered look, ideal if it gets a little warmer out. And I think the little netted back still works quite well with this outfit. All right, next we're moving on to this frilly little pink top because I had a vision for this one. I felt like I had to lean into this sort of frilly, floofy femininity of it a little bit, but with a piece that feels like a more updated version of that. So I think this flowy, long white skirt is perfect for that. I don't know, I thought I would prefer this tied at the top because I like a higher neckline, but I think because it's so frilly and floofy and ruffly, I think that's balanced out better by having a little more skin exposed. So I'm gonna leave it open. And then this all feels very, soft and frilly and feminine, but I thought a great little juxtaposition piece to bring a little more vibrance to the look could be these boots. I mean, kind of iconic, kind of love this. Wow, so fun. Okay, another thing I thought could be cool with this, because this feels like a little boho. I think a fun way to lean into the more modern boho feel would be to add some layered belts, 2 belts together on top. This is just something I've been seeing lately. I think it's cool. I think it's eclectic. It looks interesting. And it's an easy way for a lot of people to update a look or make a look more interesting because a lot of people own 2 belts. I'm gonna try using these 2 brown ones and see how it looks. Okay, what do we think? I think it looks really cool. This is already shaping up to be a great outfit. I'm gonna now add a silver necklace. Okay, slay. This looks good. I don't think I would keep or wear this just because this color and this top are like not really my style. But like, I think this looks great. If I saw someone wearing this out in the world, I'd be like, oh my God, they're killing it. By the way, any tops I don't end up keeping from this, which is probably all of them, will just be donated back to the thrift store where I got them, so it'll be as though I never bought them in the first place. Okay, I do think we have to still fallify this a little. It's still giving summer, and I feel like a dramatic jacket could be cool. This is sort of a dramatic outfit, so I was thinking maybe this button-up dress worn open as a coat. I like that it's neutral. It's pretty easy to wear, but the length adds a little drama to the look. Now, is this working or is there now too much going on? What if we roll the sleeves up on this? Does that do anything? Okay, I do think that helps. What's bothering me about this, I think, is just how bright these silver snaps are. I feel like they're very visible. And then with like this pattern and the necklace and the 2 belts, there's just like maybe a little too much going on. But I don't know, they're just snaps. I'm looking in a mirror over here. Oh, wait, maybe with the jacket, I actually like it better with the top closed, like tied up, I mean. Okay, I don't know why, but this is working better for me. That's the finished look. Okay, next up we have this frilly little white tank top, which I have already taken the liberty of pairing with overalls, because it just feels right. I love a frilly, floofy little top with overalls. It's the perfect contrasting pairing. I realize this covers a lot of the top, but like all the important parts are visible. You know, the little ruffles, the little lace part here, which definitely has something weird going on with the way the fabric was like hemmed and sewn down, but whatever, it's fine. I think this is actually very cute. I also decided to put my hair up in a claw clip just to add, I don't know, a little more sharpness to the look, keep it from being too farm girl, give more of a 90s vibe. And then I also went with my brown clogs for a similar reason. Now I feel like we really just have to add some color. I don't think we need a layer for this to be fall appropriate. There are plenty of days in fall where I would wear this. So we're just gonna add some color through accessories. First, we have this necklace, just like a subtle touch of witchy whimsiness. And then of course, you know I wasn't gonna get through this video without using my horse bag, mainly because it's one of my only bags that has like a colorful pattern on it. And I think that's what this outfit needs. Now, it's perfect. This one was sort of shockingly easy, but also not that shocking because it's a frilly little white blouse and I wear stuff like this quite often, actually. What's the styling takeaway here? I guess if there's some new trendier thing that you're interested in, like a new trendy puffy white blouse, might be worth taking a second to ask yourself, do I have an old version of this that is slightly less trendy but can be styled in basically the same way? And could I just make that work instead? Because I feel like in this case, the answer is generally yes. Okay, here's our next shirt, our next outfit. First, I just want to discuss how I'm wearing this shirt because I feel like it's going to make a big difference in how the outfit looks. This shirt is kind of bizarre. It has buttons all the way down. It's very loose. It has this little ruching up here, and then it has just two loose ties that have absolutely no function. They're just here. You can't, tie it closer together. Like, they do nothing. So I don't really understand what the thought process was on these. However, I do think they look cuter tied in a bow. I actually think it helps the shirt. So maybe that was the thought process. It was just a fun little design element for no purpose at all. Then for the rest of the shirt, we could just leave it loose, but I think it would look much better either tucked in or tucked in the back in a way that sort of cinches it and leaves the front out like this. Already, I think that creates a much better, much more interesting shape to the top. Now, on the bottom, I just have a plain black skirt. I feel like this is quite bold and graphic, so putting something else that's like high contrast for maximal graphic impact kind of works here. Plus, this pattern is just too busy. It wouldn't have gone with any of my pattern skirts anyway. And then black boots just to continue the long black silhouette on the bottom and create a more elevated look that feels less busy and more fashion. I also put my hair up just because I thought that would be cute with this. I don't know. I guess because this top is quite busy and just feels like there's a lot going on. There's not a lot of definition. Having more definition by showing more of my shoulders, my jawline, etc. by having the hair up and out of the way, I think helps. Now, this shirt is mostly made up of colors I don't really wear. We've got orange, we've got purple, but then we've also got green, which I do wear. So I'm going to lean into that by adding more green accessories. So firstly, we're going to add a green necklace. I also love the shine and bold shape that this adds. And then I also have two different green bags we can choose from. I was going to go with this one because it's solid, but I think this green is maybe a little too warm in contrast with this green, which is on the cooler side. Whereas the greens in this one feel a little closer, a little more harmonious with this green. So I'm going to do this one. And then of course we have to fallify it with a jacket or a layer of some sort. I also think these two patterns together and this necklace, there's kind of a lot going on. So something more solid and subdued in a jacket, I think would create a good balance. And I think the best layer I have available to me right now, some stuff is missing, packed up in a box somewhere, is just my plain jean jacket. I think this works. It is kind of a bummer that this hides the shape of the top because I actually quite like the sort of shape and silhouette it created, but that would happen with any warmer layering piece on top. And I could also wear it like this if I want to look extra fashion-y. Now I'm like, is this necklace too much with this bow also being right here? Like, are they competing as focal points? Maybe a more subdued necklace would be better. Okay, I don't really know if that's more subdued, but it's like a little smaller and higher up, further away from the bow. So we're gonna just call it there. Here's the outfit. I have to say I would never in a million years pick this shirt. I kind of hate this pattern and this color scheme, but I feel like we kind of made it work. Like, this looks like kind of a cool, good outfit. Again, I feel like if I saw someone out in the world wearing this, I'd be like, okay, stylish, even if I wouldn't actually wear this top. All right, we're on to our last shirt, and here is my starting point. I honestly did not know what I was going to do with this, and then I saw these boots, and then something connected in my brain, and I was like, what if we go like fall garden harvest farmer's market vibes? So I went with these boots, and then this floral top, and then on the bottom, I think these shorts look great with tall boots and definitely have that sort of playful working in the garden kind of vibe. My impulse is to tuck this shirt in, but I actually think maybe the more 2025 way to wear it would actually be to leave it untucked. Now we gotta finish off the outfit. Of course, I'm gonna add a layer on top, and I think this chambray button down is like perfect, outdoor farmer's market gardening vibes. It did occur to me, of course, while putting together outfits throughout this video, a lot of these tank tops in theory could be layered over things, also not just under them. But honestly, none of the sleeved things I have available to me right now would really work great with any of these particular tank tops. I just didn't think it would be the best option for any of them. So we're doing a lot of layering on top, which is also just more practical in real life anyway, I think. And I like how this looks. Now, for a final accessory, I feel like if you know my style really well, you'd be able to predict what accessory I'm going to put here. It is my big brimmed straw hat. How could I resist? Literally the perfect final accessory. That was kind of a tough one. I would love to know if any of you actually correctly predicted this in the comments. How cute is this? A big brimmed hat with tall boots and then shorts and then something long sleeve on top. I don't know what it is about this combination, this silhouette. I absolutely love it. Realistically, would I be more likely to wear this outfit and like it more with just a different top. Yes. But also this top, the floral pattern in the fall tones, is what inspired the whole concept of this outfit. It's sort of like a fall garden vibe. So I love that it was still a helpful, creative prompt. Another fun thing about this hat and this outfit is I can wear it like this, or if I need a little break, I can just tip it down and wear it like this. How cute is that? And it's only a little annoying on my neck. But not that annoying because I already have this turtleneck here. So this is the perfect top for it. Is there anything else this outfit needs? I don't think so. I think we've done it. We've succeeded. I'm still like feeling the impulse to tuck this shirt in. Does this look better or does it look more dated? You tell me. All right, y'all. With that, we have styled all 6 pieces, I would say pretty successfully. Even if I wouldn't necessarily wear all these pieces, they don't all speak to my style. They aren't all in fabrics that I actually enjoy wearing. I think all of the outfits were quite wearable and didn't necessarily look dated. If there were issues I had with them, it was more a matter of whether the piece was my style, less about whether it looked like embarrassingly out of date. So I don't know. I hope this was entertaining. Would love to hear your thoughts on these outfits. And I hope maybe this can help give you a little refreshing inspiration to style the things that maybe feel a little dated to you in your closet. Thanks so much for watching and joining me on another one of these little challenges. They're always so much fun. And I heard if you leave a comment, watch another video, and subscribe, I will think of a better sign off next time because my brain's a little fried from doing this for hours and I can't think of one.